All right. Now, this is the Fix Your Own Credit conference call, okay? So I want to welcome everybody to the call. So I took, the frequently asked questions that a lot of people ask me, and I basically compiled it into a list of things right now that I'm going to touch on in this conference call, okay? In the second part of this video, we're actually going to go over some ways we can actually make some money. Some marketing, different products digital products that you can, make some money off of. So we going to get into it. And I advise you to start all of this whole process from the beginning, you purchase the ebook, and that's a journey within itself. Just the Fix Your Own Credit ebook. Start you off on a journey in itself. So once you get the ebook, the first thing that you should do is, and whether you're logging into Experian or you're logging into Credit Karma, and I will go into more depth on this conference call. I'll go into more depth on the difference between Experian and Credit Karma. I did it in the course, but I'm gonna take this time to break it down a little more and go more in depth. So after you've purchased your ebook, the first thing you want to do when it comes to your credit report is look for mistakes. Okay. Now, what are mistakes? Mistakes are things like, they could have your name spelled wrong. They could have your address wrong. Your address could be wrong on the report. Okay. So it's important that you look for these mistakes, because if they do have this information wrong, man, that could get wiped off, taken off of your report, right away, because they're reporting the wrong information. And due to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they have to report accurate information. Okay, that's law. That's the law. They can't report inaccurate information. Okay, so anything inaccurate, if they have a letter wrong in your name, that is considered inaccurate. All right. If they have your zip code wrong, that's inaccurate. So you want to pay attention, and you want to go look for any mistakes or anything inaccurate that's on your report. That's the first thing you're going to do. Okay. Another mistake you guys are going to want to look for is you're going to want to look for dates. Dates are super, super important as well. If they made a mistake on the date, then that tells you right there that is inaccurate. And the credit bureaus, they're very picky, very, very picky, and they're very straight to the point. So you're going to make sure that you're on top of it, just like they are going to be on top of it, okay? And like I said, I use Experian, I use Credit Karma, I use TransUnion. And the reason why I use these different things is because I want to see everything. I want to see everything going on. For example, if I look at my Experian, and on Experian it says you opened up an account on June the 13th. But if I look on Credit Karma, it says June 3rd. That is clearly a mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a letter to the credit bureau, and I'm going to say, hey, there's been a mistake on here, because there it says June 13th, and on this report it has a whole different date. So you're going to want to send that letter and say, hey, there's been a mistake here. And I hope everybody on the call, I want to make sure everybody understands that. Everybody got that? All right, cool. So before you even want to start looking at stuff that's in collections and looking at things that you owe, you want to first look at the mistakes. That's the first thing you want to tackle and do, okay? And you might even be in debt for something. You might even owe on something, but since they're not reporting it correctly, hey, get it out of here. They got to get that off of your report, all right? So another thing, some people just go with Credit Karma because it's easy. A lot of people don't like to use Experian because, of course, they're going to charge you. You got to pay for that. So a lot of people like going with Credit Karma. But me personally, I think paying for it is a good investment. And I also think that you should have both. You should have Experian, and you should have Credit Karma. You should have both of them. I'm not saying Credit Karma is bad. I'm not saying not to have Credit Karma. But all I'm saying is, you could use both to your advantage, okay? But one of them is going to give you a disadvantage, period. And the reason why is because Credit Karma, they're going to use something that's called an advantage score. So like 99% of the time, banks and funding and everything you use like that, that's used by your FICO score. Okay. And Credit Karma is going to be good for alerts. I deal with a lot of clients, and when I'm dealing with certain things, or, I'm just educating people, or, teaching people, I'm like, hey, go ahead, sign up with Credit Karma. For one, it's free. And for two, it's going to alert you, at 2, 3 in the morning if anything is going on with your credit. All right. So Credit Karma is really good for alerts. Not to say that the score or the report on there doesn't matter, but when you're trying to get your credit up and you're trying to get approved for loans, you want to be on top of everything. You want to be alerted when things are going on. You dig? So we're going to want to know that FICO score when we're trying to get approved for things, because that's what they're going to be looking for. When you're trying to get approved for business loans and homes and cars like that, they're going to be looking at your FICO score. All right. Not to say that your other scores aren't going to matter, but that FICO score, that's one is going to be main one they're going to take a look at. So you might want to make that investment, for the few dollars in order to be able to, have Experian. All right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is collections. There's a lot of people that owe people money. They have things in collections that they want to get, they want to get removed and taken off. You're going to need that collection box, that section, to be empty. You're not going to want nothing in that collection box. You're going to want that all the way empty. Because that collection box can cost you, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 points, depending on how much you owe to collections, So you don't want to have nothing in that collection box, okay? And a lot of people, ask, if I have something in collections, do I pay it off? So, here's the thing about collections, all right? The collection company is not the people that you technically owe. That's not the company that you owe to start with. There's somebody that took over the debt. They're trying to get you to pay it. And they might hit you with something like, you could settle with us for $200 today. And you might have owed $12,000. But here's the thing on that. This is with the collection agency. This isn't T-Mobile who you owed in the first place. I'm just using T-Mobile as an example. This isn't T-Mobile who you owed in the first place. This is a collection agency. So by you paying the collection agency, it's not liable to come off from T-Mobile. T-Mobile will still have it as you owe them on there because you technically haven't paid T-Mobile. You paid the collection company, okay? So a lot of times I send that letter in there and I just get that off of there, Now, if you do decide to pay that, you want to get something in writing that says that you paid it and that it's going to report that you've paid that off. Because you could pay it, that'll come off, and then 3 months later, it'll show back up on your credit report. You got to be very careful of that. So if anything comes up, you can send that letter to the credit bureau and say, hey, I have a letter here. They said they wasn't going to report that. I need you guys to wipe that off of there. Get that out of there. And someone asked me a question. Someone said, why are the dispute letters, why are they so simple? Just straight to the point and simple. Because first of all, these people that work at these credit bureaus, they're not the smartest people in the world, okay? They're not the smartest people in the world, but they're not the dumbest people in the world either. So when you send these letters and these letters look too professional and they look super, super professional, it's going to look like you hired an agent to do this for you, which to them is a red flag, guaranteed. They do not want to deal with that. You know why? Because there's really no such thing as credit repair. You're just hiring somebody to do something for you that you don't know. That's all it is. So when they see all these fancy words and all these big words on your letter, they know the average person isn't going to be using these words. So that would encourage them to either shred your letters up, or it encourage them to ignore your letters altogether. So you got to be careful. They'll try to use that as an excuse, saying that your letters look too professional, especially if it's something in collections that they don't even really want to take off, in the first place. They're going to say, we can't prove that it was you that sent the letter. They're going to say, it wasn't you that sent the letter. And then they're going to say that you didn't provide enough evidence. And that's why a lot of time when you send out your dispute letters, you're going to want to send out a utility bill with it, with your address on it, and a copy of your ID, and sometimes even your social security number, or a picture of your social security card, rather. Somebody else on the call asked me about student loans. In order for them to remove student loans, I'm going to tell you right now, they have to be closed, okay? They're not going to remove a student loan that's still open. The loan has to be closed. And once they send it to collections, of course, that's when they start garnishing your checks and other things like that. If they do take it off of your report, that's all it will be. It will be taken off of your report. So you'll still owe the money, but it'll just be taken off to where it's not reporting, the creditors and debtors on your report. Okay. So if you pay somebody who says that they can get student loans removed off of your credit report, or if you do it yourself, yeah, they're gonna get it removed off of the report, so it's not affecting your credit score, but you're still gonna owe that loan. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Don't let them trick you. So for all of my people, on the call that does have student debt, it is an open account, and you want to fix it before it gets sent over to collections. You want to put in a deferment. You want to get on some type of payment plan, and this is why. Being on payments does more for your credit to help you than it does to hurt you, period. So if you miss one of those payments, that could affect you up to 120 points on your score. That's major. So if you owe student loans and you miss a payment, you could easily drop down to a 580, okay? I know a lot of people say that they have student loans and it's been, they've been having this debt for 7 years. It's supposed to be the statute of limitation. For one, they go off of the last time that you paid. So let's say you had this in collections, the student loan in collections since 2013. It's 2020 now. Let's say you had it in collections since 2013. But you filed for unemployment. You did an unemployment deferment, which means you don't have the money. You're telling them, I don't have the money to give y'all. So they go by your last payment. So let's say that your last payment was in 2019, which is going to make it a year and a half, 2 years to when you made that payment, So they're not going to go by 2013 when you first started the loan. They're going to go by 2019, the last time you paid the loan. And that's only going to be, that's just last year. So you're not going to it's not 7 years ago. Okay. My guy on the call also asked me about child support. He asked me about child support. And yeah, you can get child support taken off of your credit report. But I'm going to tell you right now, my guy, that account has to be closed out. Someone also asked me on the call, what should I be doing, over the next 3 to 6 months while I'm fixing my credit, while it's getting repaired? What should I be doing? I'm going to tell you what you should be doing. You shouldn't be doing nothing. Nothing at all. You hear me? Chill out. Unless you have a full understanding of where your credit is at, what you're going to be getting approved for, and what you're doing. Once you're getting your credit repaired, you're trying to get your score up. You don't want to be applying for things. You don't want to be having inquiries hitting your credit. You don't want any of that. All right, y'all? Because if you're applying for things and you're not at a 680, you're not at a 700 or 720 to where you should be applying for things and to where your chances of getting approved are up there. You don't want to do nothing because you're going to mess up your whole process. Very good chance you'll mess up the whole process, okay? So if you know that you're at a 620, but you need a 680 to go to get something, don't go apply for it. I'm going to tell you right now, when you're sending out these dispute letters, these credit bureaus are getting 12,000 letters a day. And we in a pandemic right now. My dad called it a demic. We in a demic right now. So that means they probably getting more than that. And, a lot of people are messing up their credit right now because they're giving people pushbacks. They're giving people loans. They're giving people, they're putting people in debt right now in 2020 during this COVID pandemic, man. So when you're sending in your dispute letters, everybody, you're going to want to highlight stuff. Get a highlighter, highlight things because that makes it easier for them to spot what you're trying to do. It might sound crazy. I'm telling you it works. Like I said, the people that work at the credit bureaus aren't the smartest people in the world, but they're not the dumbest either. They're not dumb. And just imagine somebody going through 12,000 letters a day. You know what I'm saying? So you're liable to miss something. I mean, you're a human. You might miss something. So, highlighting things helps them out. They see that you know what you're doing. Boom, they're more likely to get back to you. Now, another question. Somebody asked me on the call, they said, hey, what if I just want to dispute online? I don't want to send no letter in. I just want to do an online dispute. I was like, hey, that is the wrong thing to do. You don't want to do that. Let me tell you guys why. When you dispute things online, they're not going to tell you this. You give up certain rights. Because you're giving up rights by doing it online, it doesn't allow them to verify certain information. So those letters are your bullets. The letters are the bullets to fight the credit bureau saying, this is me, this is my documentation, and this is what I'm trying to do. You hear me? So if you're just trying to click those buttons online, trying to do disputes instead of sending in those letters, that's going to put you in a bad spot. I'm telling you right now. And that is because it's certain rules and regulations that don't allow you certain verification over the internet, period. So another question that I got was, could you register your business for a business loan or get business credit without an EIN number? And the answer to that is going to be no. You're gonna need your EIN in order to get your business account registered, and like I said, and to get your DUNS number and all of that. Like I said in the course, and also like I said, you're gonna want to build a relationship with the bank before you even go ask for a business loan or any kind of line of credit with that institution. You're gonna want to go and actually build a relationship with that institution by making deposits, by making withdrawals. Even if you're just paying a phone bill every month with this account, you want to be doing having some kind of activity with this account. You definitely want to build a relationship with the bank first. All right, bro? Let me see. Another question I had in a conference call was, the question was, I want to invest in order to gain financial freedom, but how much do I need to invest? To answer that question, everybody's definition of financial freedom, and everybody looks at money different. What might be a lot of money to me might not be a lot of money to you. What you think is a lot of money, I might not think is a lot of money, and vice versa. So, in financial freedom, it varies to everybody. So you need to find out what that is for you. So that might be real estate. That might be the stock market. I don't know if you have a 401k, and you want to roll over your 401k into real estate. These are some things that you want to consider when you're talking about investing. Like I went over in the course, you get your money up and you invest. You get your credit limits up and you invest this money into things like the stock market and real estate and so on. But one thing that I invested into myself was personally, and which is why we even put this course together, was investing into my credit, getting my credit up, because you could actually make money off of having good credit. Like if everybody that was on this conference call was like, I wanted a trade line, and I had a trade line, I had an Amex card that allowed 100 people on there. So what I could do is charge everybody on this conference call and say, look, I got a 780 credit score with 7 years history, with this amount of a limit. All you guys give me $600 to be an authorized user on my account. Now you have a 780 credit score, and now you have whatever credit limit it would be. Now you have that showing up on your credit report. And it's going to take about 6 months for you to adopt my credit history. But in about 6 months, now you have a 780 and you have whatever credit limit that was. All right. I mean, authorized users is a big thing because people make a living off of adding people as authorized users on their credit. Like for my Chase card, I'm allowed to add 10 people every 3 months. So if I charge 3 people $600 every 3 months, I'm making a living off that money right there. So that's just an example on how you can make money from having good credit. And actually, 650, people think that's not reasonable. Or people, 600 to get on as an authorized user is not that unreasonable, because you still got people charging up to, there's companies that charge up to $1,000 for credit repair. So you could, instead of doing that, you pay that 600, 500 to be an authorized user, and now you've upped your score exponentially. Okay, another thing I want to tell you guys: once you got your credit up to a 680. You could walk into these credit unions and you can go get you a business line of credit with the 680, okay? And they're going to give you these business lines of credit based on how long your LLC has been seasoned, how long your LLC has been in existence, okay? So you're like, okay, y'all want to give me 10,000, 20,000. Okay, cool. I'll take that. But let's say you got more than one LLC. Let's say you got 2 LLCs. They're going to give you 10,000, 20,000 for each one of those. So if they give you 20,000 for each one of your LLCs and you got 2, 3 of them, that's $40,000 to $60,000 right there. And I talked about that in the course, and you don't stop there with that one bank. You go, actually get lines of credit through other banks and other institutions. Now you done turned that 60,000 into 100,000, 120,000, and then you take that money and you go invest in a real estate. I talked about that in the course, broke that down a little bit more in the detail. So there's different ways you can invest this money strategically once you get that bag really up. Somebody else asked me about Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now you can get that removed off of your score before 7 years. You can get it removed off your score after 2 years. So it takes a little time, but you're gonna be grinding anyway during that 2 years, and you're gonna get that taken off. Okay. So another question I got in the conference call was, after I paid my balance down, how soon or how long should I wait before I ask for a 30 to 60 day late payment to be removed? So here's what I do. Let's say what's today? Let's say today is September 3rd, So what I'll do is I'll send my letters out and I'll date them 10 to 15 days back. So if it's September now, I'm going to date my letters back, to August 15th, August 20th. Okay. The prior month. That way, when they get it, because, they're going to get it like a week from now, 5 to 7 business days, right? And it's probably sitting there because, like I said, they get like 12,000 letters a day. So by the time they get it, we at like day 20. And they like, oh, shit. By the time they open it, they like, man, this says August 15th on it. And they only have a month to reply. So they only have until September 15th technically to reply. So now they got to speed up the process because you post dated the letter. So now they have to speed up the process now to get back to you with the response. So if you do have to send out another round of letters, even though we sent out the letters in September, but if you have to send out another round of letters, we're not gonna wait a whole month. We're gonna go ahead and send them out 30 days from the post dated letter that you sent out. Hey, and you're going to say, it's not my fault you guys didn't get the letter on time. It ain't my fault it's coronavirus. It's not my fault it's a pandemic. They have a certain amount of time to respond back to you. That first letter, they have 30 days to respond back to you after they've received that. And if it's been 60 days and they still haven't responded, you can send them out a letter and say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and sue you. Yeah, I'm going to sue you. And 9 times out of 10, they're not even going to want to fight that. They're not going to want to fight that, so they'll go ahead and remove it. Somebody asked me, what are good banks to use to get business loans? I'm going to say credit unions. Find you a credit union. Navy Federal is a top recommended one. Citadel's a good bank. I know I got a lot of callers from all over the place, so I'm not sure where you're at. Right now I'm in Denver, Colorado. One of my credit unions I use here is Denver Community Credit Union, Canvas Credit Union as well. I'm a member of several credit unions, and I have multiple bank accounts as well, but those are just a few. So you just want to find a credit union in your local area, find you a good credit union, man, and like I said, build a relationship with them. For 6 months to a year, preferably 2 years. You got that LLC and you've been building a relationship with this credit union, your chances of getting funding is going to be super, super high along with that good credit score. A lot of time I would recommend doing like the smaller branches, smaller banks and credit unions, because they don't go by the big standards as like the big Wells Fargos and Bank of Americas and stuff like that. There's all kind of research you can find about big banks like Bank of America's, how they strive off of overdraft fees, and interest rates, so that's where they're big on that. Okay. And if you notice, a lot of the Wells Fargos and a lot of these banks are in the black quote unquote communities or in the urban communities for a reason, because they feel like we're financially irresponsible and we're more likely to have overdraft fees and to be overdrafting, just swiping our cards. And they're racking up off those overdraft fees. Okay. So with institutions like that, they don't have to lend out money because they're getting money off of so many people overdrafting. And see, with these smaller credit unions, they're getting money off of overdraft fees as well. Of course, they're getting money off overdraft fees, but their branches are smaller, so they're not getting as much. So the only way that they're able to really get money is from lending out money, from loans. They wanna put you in debt in order for them to collect interest. Okay. I mean, so they're friendlier with their options. I mean, they're so friendly that if you have a LLC for 1 year, they'd be like, "Here, take this $20,000. Then go ahead and take this 20,000. You've had a business for a year, okay?" And all they're gonna ask you for is bank statements. That's how friendly the smaller institutions are. But like I said, Navy Federal is one of the top ones. But the thing is, you have to have somebody that's connected to the Navy to get a part of that credit union. But if you guys do need somebody to connect you with Navy Federal, hit me in my DM. You could call. You could find our phone number on the website. There's numerous ways that you could reach us, and we could connect you with somebody with Navy Federal. And I'm gonna be straight up with you. It's gonna cost you about $100, 150. Down to probably $100 to do that, but we could connect you directly with somebody at Navy Federal. Okay. Somebody asked me, are student loans the same as repossessions, as repos? No, definitely not. Different. See, these student loans, man, they are not going nowhere. Student loans aren't going nowhere. All right. The only way that's going somewhere is if you're in collections, you call them, and you're trying to make a settlement. That's the only way that federal loan is going to go anywhere, okay? Like, I know somebody personally who had a student loan. I mean, I'm talking about they owed like $90,000. And what they wanted to do was, by the time it went down to collections, they said, man, I just want to settle out and just pay it all. And man, they knocked off like $60,000. I think he had to still pay like 30,000. But they took off $60,000 just because he was in a position to pay all of it right there. He used his business credit card. Actually, he paid that off, but it helped him in the long run because his credit skyrocketed after that. Okay. But I'm gonna give you another example. I mean, this society, especially in America, is designed for you to be off debt. We all know that. This society is designed for us to be in debt. So, I mean, when you pay off like a $20,000 car and you pay that bad boy off, your credit isn't necessarily just going to skyrocket like that. It's designed for you to be in debt, so it doesn't work like that, okay? Because you got to take into account your payment history, you got to take in account your utilization, and you got to take in account your payment history. I mean, there's other things you have to take into account that affects your credit, that makes up your credit score, as I talk about in the course. So you got to think about it. If you've been paying on a car for 2 years, that's 2 years of history, which is a good thing. You got 2 years of history on your credit. But once you paid that car off, that history is going to drop off of your credit score. So you might actually lose points on that. Okay, y'all? You could actually lose points on that because now you no longer have that credit history. You get me? It's really designed for you to pay that car off and go get another car, finance another car, and stay in debt and keep that payment going. That's what it's designed for you to do. It's designed for you to stay in debt, like I said, okay? And to answer the question about the repo, you can get those repos off. After 2 years, the repo has to be 2 years old, though, to get those off. Someone asked, what if you dispute collections on Credit Karma and the results come back accurate and it's not removed? So I think what you're asking is, you send in that first dispute letter and they're like, they're not having it. What you're going to do is you're going to send out another one again. And when we do it, we're going to change up a little bit of the information. So you're going to have to go get like a P.O. box or something. You're going to switch up the address or something like that. And like I said, you're going to be looking for mistakes. That's one of the first things you're going to do when you're going to look into your credit report. You're looking for any mistakes with the misspelled name or with your address being wrong. So if something is 7 years old, more than likely, that's not your address no more. They have to take that off right there. That's a big key right there. If you don't live in the same address that you were at 7 years ago, it's a good chance you can get that removed because they're reporting inaccurate information, okay? I mean, even if they have a wrong phone number on there, that's inaccurate information. They got to switch that out, okay? They got to get that out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch our address up, switch the phone number up on the second letter that we're going to send. Get the collection removed after you switch your address, and then go ahead and switch your address back. Now, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And in order to get your bag up and get your credit right, you're gonna have to put in a little work. Period. Somebody asks, what if I have an EIN but I haven't opened up a bank account? Hey, bruh, period. You're gonna have to get that bank account open. What you waiting on? Go ahead and use that EIN. Get your letter of good standing, your article of organization, and man, take your ID and your social security number in there, man, and get your business bank account. What you waiting on? Okay, let me see. Somebody asks, how long should you wait before you add somebody on as an authorized user? What do you recommend with that? Okay. Let me tell you, you could put an authorized user on your account right now. When I started first repairing my credit, I put my sons on there right away. You know, I have two sons and I have a daughter. And I'll tell you, I started putting them on immediately as soon as I started doing repair, okay? And mainly that's because having credit is better than not having any credit at all. You know what I'm saying? So we could even say, let's say it even takes 8 months for me to fix my credit. While they're on there as authorized users. It might have took me 8 months. Now, after 8 months, my credit is good. But guess what? My kids have 8 months of credit history now. You feel that? So they've adopted all of your history. You know, I mean, credit has ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. They're gonna adopt that just for you putting them on there. So put them on there now, right? Let me see. Somebody asked, do you need a military connect to join Navy Federal? Yeah, you do. You do. Like I said earlier, we do have that connect. Let me see. Somebody said that they have a Navy Federal Connect right here. So so there you have it. You know, we got somebody right here on the call that has a Navy Federal Connect right here. You know, we giving gems, man. We giving gems. We networking. We're connecting. That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Okay, I got another question. Somebody said they were saving up and they wanted to get see if they can get funding for $20,000 in 2 months, and they're looking to do some kind of investments. Let me see. They want to get 20,000 within 2 months, and they're looking to do some investments. Um, they want to know what kind of credit score they're gonna need, and everything they're gonna need. Okay, so here's the deal on that. Here it is. This is what my mentor tells me. Okay. I mean, and this is his words. You can't put sugar on shit. Okay. Like for instance, if you want to be an authorized user on somebody's account, you're gonna have to make sure that you have certain things. You're gonna make sure you don't have things in collections before you do it. Okay. Another thing my mentor says is, you know, you wouldn't put deodorant on before you get in the shower, would you? You know, you wouldn't do that. You know, so if your credit isn't right, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be applying for anything. You don't want to put sugar on shit. And I think he asked me if he could what I charged in order for me to fix his credit. Um, and I wouldn't even take his money. I wouldn't even take your money, young man, unless I already knew what your plan was. I already knew, you know, what your score already was and what you was trying to do, and how I could help you. You know, we don't do that over here. We don't just take people's money over here. We want to know more about you. We want to know your situation. We want to know how we could really help you out, man. That's just real talk, all right? You know, like even if you wanted to be an authorized user on my credit, you know, because I do have authorized users on my account, who I'm helping. I've helped their score. They've adopted my score. Even if you wanted to do that, if your score was too low, all you have to do is give me your login to Credit Karma or something like that. I could look at it. And if you have too much stuff to work on, I will have you work on all that stuff first before I will add you on as an authorized user. All right. And it's crazy. My homegirl Niche just popped in. Maserati Niche. You could look her up on Instagram, and I don't know how she doing it, man. But she's taking people's who has at least a 700, what is it, 720 credit score, and if you got a LLC, she's able to get you funding, man, and for your business within one day. The next day, I don't know what she's doing, man, but shout out to Maserati Niche, man. She's helping out a lot of people. Let's get back to some more of these questions, though. Let me see. Somebody said the information you're giving out, people charge thousands of dollars for. Hey, you know what? That's real, man. I mean, I had to learn a lot. I didn't start fixing my credit, man. I didn't know how important credit was till my credit was already ruined. You know, and I spent a lot of money. I mean, I filed bankruptcy back in 2012. You know, man, I did all kind of things, man. I've spent money in courses, man, credit repair, all kind of things, man, to get educated on this, and at the end of the day, man, it was self education and experience that got me to the point where I'm at, where I am now. But it could be expensive, man, and yeah, man, you're right. People charge for this information, man, thousands of dollars, for no doubt, no doubt. I mean, and I come from the street life. I come from the street life where it was all about getting cash. Having stacks and having bands. You know what I'm saying? To where I wasn't really into credit like that. Earlier on earlier on in my life, I wasn't into credit. I was all about having a bag and having cash. Until I learned a lot about how much credit could do for me more than cash even could. I mean, like for instance, my trade line business. Me and my partner, we got a trade line business, man, and we don't even advertise it. We don't even promote it like that. It's all through referral. And we get a bag like that. We use that money, if we really want to do something or just, we get a bag from that, our quiet bag. You know what I'm saying? We don't even promote that or nothing like that. So credit has done a lot for me, changed my life in a lot of ways. So I started presenting it to you guys, through conference calls, through courses, through audiobooks. We even do, man, we was doing before all the pandemic, we were doing, we were doing meetings, we were doing workshops. You know what I'm saying? Meeting at the library, meeting at the office. We were doing workshops and all kind of stuff, man. So once I started doing this, man, me and my partner, we started putting other people on, friends and family, and then it just started spreading. I mean, credit has done so much. Credit has so much power. For instance, Drake, he just gave a donation for like 100,000, something that had to do with the pandemic, and he swiped his credit card. So not only did he, get to donate to a cause, but he gets to write that off on his taxes, on his card. So it's so many benefits, man. It's so many benefits and advantages and perks to utilizing credit. Do not think cash is king. And with us going into the digital world, man, the value of cash is going down. And I've just been blown away by all the different ways people are using and things people are doing to utilize credit in so many different ways. It's crazy. People are getting smart with how they're using credit, and it's just getting crazy. And one of the major keys that I learned was how to use OPM, period. And for those of you that don't know, OPM stands for other people's money. All right. And once I started utilizing this tool and utilizing other people's money, and by other people's money, that could mean a lot of things, and in this sense, I'm talking about the bank, for instance. So when you're using other people's money, you're using the bank's money, things become way more tangible. It's not so far fetched to get that property now. It's not so hard to get that property, to invest in the real estate when you're able to put yourself in position to use other people's money. And once you grasp that concept, I mean, it's going to change your life, period. It's definitely going to change your life financially in ways that you couldn't even imagine. And one way, honestly, that I learned about how to use other people's money is it was the people I was around. I'm seeing people, traveling, people, they invite me to Airbnbs, in different states. They got Airbnbs for, a week, 2 weeks at a time. And I'm like, and they're using credit. They swiping their card. They using other people's money. I'm like, oh, this how y'all playing the game? I'm talking about, luxury rentals, Airbnbs, and making money while they're on vacation, and that's another topic. But man, once you grasp this concept of OPM, it's going to take you to another level. So it really clicked. It started making sense to me. I'm like, this is how all the wealthy people are playing the game. When I was younger coming up, I used to always hear people say rich people don't use their money. Rich people use other people's money. Rich people don't even use their money. They keep their money. I didn't understand it then, but now I understand. And it's to the point where now I feel like if you're not using other people's money, you're not going to be able to really do nothing. You're not going to be able to do nothing great, if you ask me. So now I'm going to go ahead and get back into some more questions that I got on the conference call here. Let me see. So Sheree, she said that she just got a LLC. She got our Fix Your Own Credit manual to get her credit right. She says she's been following us on Instagram for a while. She's saying her personal credit is hindering her from getting a business account, and she wants to know what to do. She wants to know what to do about that. So, Sheree, Um, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to check that credit again if you haven't already, but you might have something in collections. That's what I talked about, in the course, and I talked about earlier. And I'm actually glad that you asked that question or you brought that up. Because the collections, you're going to want to send the letters out. You're going to want to send the letters out on those collections. Because if you do have something in collections, it can stop you from getting a bank account, a regular bank account as well as a business bank account. Okay, Sheree? It could definitely stop you. They could literally say, no, we don't, we're not going to allow you to open up an account with us because you owe such and such money to the collection company. So I have a homeboy right now. He just got his LLC. She had an old account with U.S. Bank, and she owed him like $150, and that 150 ended up going to collections. So later on, he tries to go open up an account at KeyBank, and KeyBank is another good bank that's good with lending. So I told him, hey, go hit KeyBank. I'm trying to put him up on game so he can go get his funding. Get his business right. Um, he went up to KeyBank, and KeyBank was like, man, we would love to open up an account with you, but you have a $150 account in collections. So we had to go pay the collection company, pay them off, get a letter. Like I said in the course, like I said earlier, you always get a letter whenever you want to pay. Whenever you go pay off a collection, you always get something in writing saying that you paid it off and that debt is taken off. So we went ahead and paid that because we needed this to happen with the hurry up. We didn't have time. So we went and took care of that with collections. And he was able to go open up the account after that. As well, you gotta look for the mistakes, like I said in the course, and like I said earlier. You have to look at your credit report, and you have to see what's actually stopping you from opening up accounts, and you gotta take care of it and knock it out. And 9 times out of 10, a bank will tell you why they won't let you open up account. You can ask them like, "Hey, what's the reason you guys won't let me open up the account?" And they'll tell you. Educate yourself on yourself. And from there, you just go take care of that. Whether you send in a dispute letter or whether you gonna cut them a check and handle that. But like I said, you need the written consent. You need the documentation saying you paid that. Always get that. I hope that answered the question. Okay, let me see. Okay, Marcus, he said that he was looking for some investors. He says he has a clothing line and he's also a technology brand. Okay. Marcus said that his technology brand wants to provide some protection from EMF radiation from the 5G. So Marcus wants to incorporate this in clothing. And that's pretty cool. I know somebody that does that. They sell headbands with the EMF protection. And man, he can only drop once a month. He's selling so many of those headbands, he could only drop once a month. So that's a good idea, and that will work. So Marcus said that he's looking for some investors that will want to invest into something like that. Um, Now to be real with you, Marcus, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm one of the get it out the mud type of people. I really came from the streets. I really came from really hustling hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? I really came from getting it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? So and with that, ownership is real important to me. 100% ownership, like Dame Dash. Ownership is really important to me. So, like I said earlier, one of the things you could do, and I'm not trying to steer you away, Marcus, from getting an investor, but a faster way to do that is, like I said earlier, to use OPM, use other people's money. Okay, Marcus? Especially with what you're trying to do, because it's going to be a big demand for it, because it's not a big market for EMF radiation protectors right now. It's not. So to be real with you, Marcus, instead of trying to get some investors right now, I put my money into advertisements. I put my money in promoting my business and getting it out there. And that way you got 100% ownership, and then you're gonna use a pre-order, just like iPhone use when the iPhone come out. You pre-order it. Rappers do it with their album. They drop pre-orders. Same thing. So, that'll be what I would do. And I would take all those pre-orders, I would build my capital up like that, and I take that money, fulfill the orders, take that money and reinvest right back into it. And, another gem I'm gonna give you guys is sometimes, man, before you even want to invest a lot of money into buying a specific product, especially if you're not sure whether it's gonna pop or not, you want to do pre-orders on it and see if people would actually pay for it before you even have the product. You got to see if it's lit. You got to see if it's even gonna pop, because you might end up buying, you might end up spending some racks on some product that nobody even wants. You're not even end up selling, and now you stuck with all this product. So pre-orders, man, is the way to go. That's what I would say do. And marketing is gonna be your best friend. You got to know how to market yourself. You got to know how to market yourself. Marketing. That's the key, because once you know how to market and you got a demand, you're not going to need to spend no money. You're going to get those pre-orders and you're going to run it up. I'm telling you. Just put that product out there for them to see, Marcus, and run that capital up, all right? Tacoma asked, do we have any marketing courses? Tacoma, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that question. We have we got a killer educational tool called the Digital Boss Lecture Hall. We don't even call it. It's not even a course. It's the Digital Boss Lecture Hall. Man, so much marketing value in that. So much marketing value. And then you could also get the Lambar Associates Business Bundle courses. That's actually 9 courses in one that you get. So it's over. Man, it's over 100 hours of just value. You're gonna wanna take the time out to learn this, because what we did was we took a lot of information that you could, you could take the time out to do this yourself and spend buying this course, doing this and doing that. That's gonna cost you more time and money doing that than if you just go through somebody who already did the research, who already put it together and compiled it for you, so you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you're paying for value. So invest into yourself, and definitely we do have those courses. That's a great question, Tacoma. Click the link in the bio, or go to LambarAssociates.com. And anybody else on the call, or just anybody listening to this, if you want to be exposed to, a fleet of resources and tools for business owners, for entrepreneurs, and just for everyday people, people with 9 to 5s that's trying to make, some extra money on the side, or people that's trying to leave their 9 to 5. Go to growyourincomeuniversity.com. We have so many resources for you there. Also, check out our podcast, Grow Your Income University. Our YouTube channel, Grow Your Income. Check out that YouTube channel for sure, where we're giving a lot of free information, that you don't even have to pay for. So definitely take advantage of all those resources. But to get back to you, Marcus, I didn't want to tell you not to use an investor or not to get investors, but the method that I told you to do, that's to build your brand up. That's to build it up. Get your money up. Get your capital up. Show the investors that you've been putting work in, and you got something going, and they're more likely to work with you. I just wanted to recap on that. But like I said, over here, we're some get it out the mud type of people, and we believe in ownership, because we don't want to split none of the money. Because you got to think, even if you're getting an investor, you're gonna have to. They're gonna want 20-30% of your profit. And pretty much 20-30% of your company. That means 20-30% control. You can't even control everything how you want to when you're dealing with an investor. Believe that. If they want to change certain things, they're going to implement it, or they're going to take those funds away. They'll strip it. But that's why I always talk about OPM, other people's money. I'm gonna give you an example. My son, he's an artist. You know what I'm saying? He be rapping. He be doing his thing, and we got a studio at the crib, but he likes going to this particular studio, and it's $120 an hour to record, because he like doing his auto tune, and they studio is lit. I'm not gonna lie. So that's expensive, to go in there and drop all your songs. $120 an hour is expensive. But what he did was, man, he put his little album on pre-sale. He had his homies and have, people from school and everything, man, and from around, man, pre-order his album. He made enough, through the pre-orders to go actually record the album, drop the songs that he had, because he pretty much had everything together already, and he was using the studio time with the pre-order money. So that's just an example of my son, man. You know what I'm saying? My 16-year-old son using other people's money. And I'll give you another gem. Just like anybody who bought our Fix Your Own Credit manual, or any of our ebooks, when you bought that, you seen we had something else to sell next to that. Something that goes hand to hand with that. Every time you buy one product, we're gonna put another product right in front of your face. And a lot of times we offer things for free. We have a lot of free offer. We give away free game all the time. But we'll put it to you like this. You'll get the Fix Your Own Credit manual for free. But here's the kicker though. If you get the miniature credit course, you'll get both of them for only $15. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got something for free, but with that free item, we're still gonna offer you something. It's gonna be an offer that's gonna come with that still. So like I said, if we give you a free offer, you might look at the free offer like, okay, that's cool. But with that free offer, we're gonna throw you in three different credit books that's gonna take your credit to the next level. I mean, we got audio books on how to buy your first home, different investing tools, different investments you can make, all kind of things that we could throw into that free offer. And you like, man, I thought I was gonna just get the Fix Your Own Credit manual for free, but they finna throw me in how to buy my first property, three different credit books that's gonna take my credit to the next level, different how to invest into the forex market and stock market, and you getting so much value for only $40. Man, I gotta grab it. So that's one of the methods that we use. And it's one of the ways that we are able to give so much value out and run our bag up at the same time. And I know this is the miniature credit course. This is not about marketing. I know I just went into marketing. I didn't even mean to do that to answer the question. I really answered that question real long. I didn't even mean to do that, but I'm sure somebody got some value out of that. But I wanted to get in how we can make some coins anyway. I did want to talk about how we can actually get to the bag and make some money as well. So I just want to make sure, before we start, let's just jump into it. But before we do it, I want to make sure nobody else on the call, or nobody else in the chat has any more questions. Does anybody have any more questions about credit before we move on to how to get this bag? Okay, I see I have another question from Marissa. Marissa wants to know, she says she sent out some dispute letters, and nothing happened, nothing was taken off of her credit. So she wants to know whether she should send letters again. So, like I said earlier, you want to post date your letters. So, for example, if you're going to send your letter out on June the 1st, if that's when you're really going to send a letter out, you want to put the date on there about 10 to 15 days before that. So you're going to put your date to be May 15th. You're going to put your date about May, or May 20th. Put May 20th on there. So by the time they get it, they see that they see, oh man, this is from May. So it makes them speed up the process a little bit, because they have 30 days to respond to you. So by doing that, post dating that letter, you're making them speed up the process. Okay, Marissa? But you are going to send out a follow-up letter after that first letter. You're going to send out a follow-up letter, and you'll do the same thing. You'll do pretty much the same thing and post date that letter. And if they don't respond back to the follow-up letter, that's when you're going to go ahead and send in that lawsuit letter. You're going to send a lawsuit letter in after that. All these letters you could find in the Fix Your Own Credit ebook that we have, the Fix Your Own Credit manual. Let me see. Somebody asks, should they pay off the balance before they send out the dispute letters? No, you're not going to do that. With the example I gave you earlier with my homeboy, he only owed $150 to collections. That's why he went on ahead and paid that off. He wouldn't handle that. And that's because he needed to open up that bank account. So he didn't have time to be sending out letters and doing all that. So he went ahead and took care of that, so he was able to open his bank account up. So if you're not in the position to pay off the balance of whatever you owe, then you're going to go ahead and send those letters out and get your dispute on, and you're going to start disputing those things. I got another question. Somebody asked, can I benefit from this if I only have an EIN and I don't have an LLC? Somebody asked that a similar question to that. You're gonna need your LLC. Because you can have an EIN just sitting on it. That's not showing that you're in business. You want to have a LLC and a business account and be active with that business account, making deposits and withdrawals. As I said earlier, you want to have a LLC with the active business account. So that means you should have a Visa or a Mastercard or with your business name on it. And you want to be making transactions through that. That's how you're going to put yourself in a position to receive funding. Somebody said, do you send the letters to the bank? No, you're not going to send the letters to the bank. You're going to send the letters to the credit bureau. But once you go to look on your account, once you go look at the collection, it's going to give you the account number. It's going to give you where the account is from, and then you're going to fill in that information. You'll go ahead and fill in that information on the templates on those letters. All right, so are there any more questions on credit? Any more credit questions before we move on to how we're going to actually get some money using this credit? How we're going to get the bag? Any more questions? For some of you guys that got a certain package with some of your courses or some of the products that you might have ordered, your tools, you got a vendors list as well. Some of you guys have a vendors list that we got. So pretty much the vendors list is exactly what it sounds like. It's a list of vendors. For those of you that don't know, all a vendor is basically a company that's overseas that makes products. Okay, so you don't have to worry about actually making the product. We have electronic vendors. We have all kind of different vendors. Basically, anybody who's ever been on Alibaba it's the same thing. That's like what the vendors list is. These are business to business vendors. So anybody that wants to start a business but they don't know how to make the product. Like for example, my daughter, she has a lip gloss line. So we got like a case of like 250 lip glosses. That was already made. So, we didn't make them. We got these from vendors from overseas. We didn't make the lip gloss. They shipped them in already ready to go in a nice little, in a nice tube and everything. So anybody who wants to go into business and they might not be sure what kind of product they want to sell, the vendors list will be perfect for you. We got over 200 vendors on there, from fitness to lashes, beauty products. A lot of things, that's been helping out a lot of people on that vendors list. So, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about marketing. I want to talk to you about the marketing part a little bit because it's like some people want to fix their credit and some people want to, do it to start a business. And, a lot of people hit me every day saying they want to start a business, but they don't know where to start. And I know a lot of women choose to get into the beauty industry, because for them it's very easy to do that. But we have men's products on there. It's a lot of stuff on that vendors list. Like I said, fitness wear, streetwear, custom made jewelry, like almost anything you could think of that somebody will be selling online. So I wanted to give you guys, Grow Your Income University, wanted to give you guys access to that as well. Because I understand everybody's not going to be about the discipline that it takes to fix their credit. It takes some consistency and it takes some time and some patience, and everybody's not going to be with that. But what I do know is entrepreneurship in general is one of the fastest growing things, one of the fastest growing topics right now. And I know people trying to get their bag right, people trying to get their money up and elevate their financial situation. When people hear about credit repair, they're like, oh, that's going to cost me $500. That's going to cost me $1,000, And that's why we created the Fix Your Own Credit Manual, to put people up on game and to educate people on, how they can fix their own credit. And then you have people that want to build their business credit and build up their business and make their business more lucrative. So we have the Businesses Need Credit Too ebook. So, we just wanted to give you guys a variety of options, to get the bag right and to educate yourself. Somebody asked me in the call, do the vendors do drop shipping? Some of the vendors they will do drop shipping. What you're going to have to do is reach out to them and you're going to have to ask them, hey, listen, do you guys do drop shipping? Ask them straight up. And for those that don't know what drop shipping is, all drop shipping is, I get a product, from a vendor, and instead of the vendor sending the product to me once somebody orders it, the vendor sends the product directly to the customer. So when you're drop shipping, you never have to actually handle the product. You're never sending anything out you're never shipping anything or anything like that, the vendor's going to take care of all that for you. For those that didn't know about drop shipping. I will tell you, there are advantages to drop shipping and there are disadvantages to that. One of the advantages are that you don't have to hold anything. Like I said, you don't have to deal with any inventory, so there's no shipping costs with that. And the disadvantage is you're not going to be able to have that personal, connection with your client. You're not going to be able to have that personal connection like we like to have here. I mean, we're really connected with people that we deal with and work with, so you can't really call one of your customers and say, hey, your stuff will be on the way soon. It's coming all the way from China. So I don't know when it's really coming, but hey, it'll be on the way. You got to deal with stuff like that when you're doing drop shipping. You don't have a lot of quality control. You don't have a lot of product control. You don't control the packaging. So, your control is very limited. It's very, very limited. But it all depends on your business model and what works for you. It's definitely going to depend on what your business model is, how you want your business to be. And it's going to be up to you. Like for example, Fashion Nova, they like the number one drop shippers. Fashion Nova doesn't actually have a warehouse. They just got connections with all the warehouses all over, and the warehouses are shipping all the stuff out for Fashion Nova. So there definitely is, benefits and advantages. It has its advantages. You can run up a bag, drop shipping. I know people doing it, So for those of you guys that don't have a product, you guys may not have a product or a service. You may be starting out with zero money. You may be starting out from the bottom, like I did, starting out from ground zero. You might not have a product or anything. You might not even know how to market or nothing. Go to growyourincomeuniversity.com, click on our affiliate program and get on the team. Get on the team, and then you'll be in a position to where you'll have access to all our products and you'll be able to run up a bag off of that. And the difference between our affiliate program is we pay our affiliates 50% commission. You can't find too many companies that's going to tell you that, and we have products, up to $200. Right now, I think our most expensive product is $200 right now, which is still pretty low. But for those that's able to move that and sell, you getting $100 for each one of those units. So we got people, making a living right now off of our affiliate program. Let me see. Okay, somebody asked me if we have an affiliate link and somebody goes to the website and purchase another product, will they still get paid for that? Definitely, for sure. Any product that you sell, because once you become affiliate, these products are yours too. You're an affiliate. You're part owner. Once you become an affiliate with us, it's instant ownership. And you're getting 50% off each unit that you move. So I don't care what it is. We have products, like I said, from $200 down to $15. So you're getting 50% of all that in between. And it's instant, it's not, you don't got to wait a week to get paid. Oh, we pay people, you got to wait 2 weeks. You make that sale, you're getting paid right away, immediately. Okay. And you got to keep in mind, I said 50%. You're getting paid 50%. And we got some products coming that's going to have so much value in it, man. We're going to be able to charge $500. We got products that's coming in, services and things that we're doing to where, man, we're making $1,000 a pop. We already have other ventures and stuff going on right now. So the opportunity to really make some money and make a bag when you work together and when you build a team is powerful. It's more powerful than anything you could think of. The rich people don't move alone. You can't name a powerful person. I don't care, in sports, in business, whatever. Everybody needs a team. Everybody has a team and everybody has people they're working with. The problem is, if your money's not where you want it to be right now, I guarantee you hanging out with the wrong people, you don't have a team. So that's why I created Grow Your Income University. I created Grow Your Income University it's all about the financial betterment of our community. We got networks, we got education, we got tools, we got resources, we got connections. So that's what it's all about, to bring each other up. This is not about me. This is not about the people on my team. This is about all of us. We in this together. And that's just 100. That's just real talk because I mean these products, the products that we got, they sell. They sell on their own over and over and over. I could sell these by myself over and over and over and over by myself, you know. But the people that invest with us and the people that, the people that don't really have products or are trying to get started, we want them to get a bag too. People invest into us, we want to invest into them too. So we give people opportunities, to make money who may not have other resources or other avenues to do that. Um, Now, if you're wondering, how is it I could sell these products over and over, and how is it that I market? I'm gonna give you some examples of marketing and how I market and how my teammates market. And everybody knows this. Everybody knows social media is, I mean, as far as marketing, that's the way to go. So, if not, I don't go live too much, but I do have representative. I have brand ambassadors. I have partners who they go live every day, all day. I'm pretty sure somebody on live right now, advertising and promoting our products and services and just everything we have to offer. So going live on social media, I mean, man, giving value and teaching, that's the best thing you can do. If you go to Grow Your Income University Instagram, you'll see posts just full of value, full of knowledge, full of information. You go to our YouTube page, you're going to see we're always teaching, we're always giving information, we're always recommending different books, different strategies, just different plays. So that's another example of how, we get marketing in. And when you do that, when you're going live and you're posting and you're interacting, it allows people to trust you. You're listening to this right now, or you're on this call right now because I gained your trust in some kind of way. And all I'm doing is sharing my real life experiences, sharing the knowledge that I have that got me to the point where I'm at now, and which is not my end goal. So a lot of people get to see the journey from where I started, my beginnings, and where we going with this, because I mean, we going places. So, all I'm doing is giving people my experience, giving people my story, and giving people knowledge and value and information they could use. And and it's all about getting your money right, getting your credit right. That's all we about. We really don't talk about nothing else at all. So when people see the consistency, when people see that I'm positive every day, I'm on some positive stuff. When people see that, it makes them want to be involved, and it builds trust. So we about getting this money, and we about being positive over here every day, all day. This is what we do. This is what the university is. I used to have a poverty state of mind. Most of us, we was born with nothing. So it's hard to break that mentality. So I've had that poverty mentality. You know what I'm saying? But I had to realize that everybody on this call right now, everybody listening to this right now, we could all be selling the same product and we could all make $1 million. There's people that's going to buy from you that wouldn't buy from me, and vice versa. So we all got our own vibration. We all got our own frequency that we own, and we attract like minds, and we attract people to us by just being ourselves. Period. So one thing that's helped me sell, a lot of products and help a lot of people was I'm consistent. We at this every day, all day. And I know a lot of people need help with credit. A lot of people need help with increasing their income. A lot of people need help with quitting their jobs and being independent. So many people need help with that. It's endless work for us to do, and we doing it, and we really helping people. And it's about urgency. You got to be urgent about wanting to get this bag. You got to be urgent about taking your life to the next level. None of us know how long we're going to be here, man. So many of the people I grew up with, and I'm not even that old. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I grew up with aren't here anymore. And even people, from generations before me, they're gone. We're not going to be here forever. So we got to be urgent about making these moves, and we got to be urgent about how we want our life to be, because time is not waiting for nobody. It doesn't wait. That's why, everybody who got the ebook, they got an email that said, "Hey, your course is about to expire." Everybody who buys our course, we send out something that says, well, everybody who buys it, and if we could see that you buy a course and you haven't opened up the course in 3 days or you haven't been studying, we'll send you an email saying, hey, your course is about to expire. We do that, man. So it wakes people up. So many people hit our DMs. So many people email us like, what you mean? I thought that the course was, I thought I had access to this forever, but if you read the email, it says, we're pretty much like, psych, you got access to this forever, but we see that you're not utilizing the tool. So we just wanted to get your attention. That example right there is just an example of how to get people's attention and how to make people move. I know how to make people move and make people react, so that's a big part. That's a big part of marketing. That's a big part of business, period. And a lot of people just don't know enough about marketing or know how to market. That's why we created scripts. We have products and scripts to where, man, you don't have to have a product. You don't have to know what to say. We send you a link. We send you a script that you can copy and paste, post that on there, and you're guaranteed a sell, a set from 1 to 10 sales right then. With what we send you and with the products that we got. So we've been helping a lot of people just right there doing that. And if you're on Instagram, if you follow me on IG or follow us on any social media platforms, you'll see we up all night. We posting at nighttime. I'm gonna tell you another example right now. I'm gonna give you another gem. Most of our money is made between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. late night, because people are up scrolling. People are up on the internet with nothing to do. People are needing something to do. And every day people think about money. Money is something you think about almost every day. One way or another, you're thinking about money every day throughout the day. So I just to give you a gem, most of our money is made on the late night, the late night hype. And I used to think that was something that just came with the street life, or working graveyard. But nah, man, the money comes in between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. For me, especially, and for a lot of people that I know. And also, we're an international company. We're global. So you got to think about different time zones. Just because it's a certain time where you're at, it's not the same time, even in our own nation, even nationally, let alone across the globe, across the world, So keep that in mind, man. The money never sleeps. Money never stops. And those Instagram lives, I'm telling you, going live, every time I go live, I make some money. Every time I go live. And I got people who really do that. They go live, they go live at least 3 times a day. They making money every time they go live. Every time. And sometimes it's in the middle of the night. Sometimes it's midnight, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Man, you'd be surprised. Try it out. Just always make sure you're giving value. You're teaching somebody something. Put somebody up on game. Give somebody a gem. Give somebody a gem from your personal experience. Teach somebody something that you know already. And I feel you. For the people out here, some people don't like being all on live like that. I'm pretty much like that. I had to break myself out of that. I'm still breaking myself out of that. So I understand you don't want to be on live like that. But you don't always have to have your face necessarily on the camera. And some people just aren't talkers naturally. I understand that, So if you're not a talker and, you don't like being on live talking, running your mouth all the time, promoting your business, then, you need to be using your Insta stories. Use those stories, and communicate that way. Because people like tapping through Insta stories more than they even like scrolling. People love tapping through those Insta stories. So make sure you got your story game on point too on Instagram. And Facebook got the stories too now. So that's some gems for people that aren't talkers. Another thing for people that don't like talking like that is something called UGC. And that stands for user generated content. All right. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm making content that's already been made. So you'll go to hashtags and you'll type in, for example, you'll type in credit, and I'll see what other people, are posting about credit, stuff that resonates with me. I'll take a screenshot of that, post it on my page, and then put my own caption on it. How much work does that really take? That don't take no work to do that. So I do this stuff effortlessly. So you could search through the hashtags for whatever, whatever your industry is or whatever your business interest is, and whatever looks good to you, like for an example, the other day I seen a post that said I'm helping 10 people fix their credit, 10 people before midnight. I'm helping them fix their credit. So, I screenshotted that and posted it at like 7 o'clock. And then, from 7 to 12, I got 10 people that's interested in what I'm talking about, interested in getting help, interested in getting value, seeing how it is that I could help them. And you always want to create urgency. Always create urgency. An example of creating urgency is, hey, the price is you better grab this. The price is about to go up. You better grab it while it's, at this price, or, you better grab it now you better get it for this, or, you know what I'm saying? It's about to run out, or, you always create urgency every time you post or every time you're putting your product or your service out there. Always create urgency. Cause you gotta get them to the checkout. You gotta get them to that checkout button, or you gotta get them to that register. You trying to get them there fast. Like I said, we don't got time to be playing. So we putting urgency, on the customers and on the people we dealing with, just like we trying to put urgency on running this bag up. Okay. And the main thing is, if you don't put urgency on it, a lot of people gonna be like, oh, all right, I'll grab it later. Let me think about it. Nah, you need to grab this right now. Yeah, you need to buy this right now, or else it's gonna run out, or the price is gonna go up on you. So what you gonna do? And you put a sales price on your price. You put it out there like it's for sale, and then it's gonna go back to original price, but it's already at the original price. You're just putting urgency on it. It's not gonna go up. I mean, and of course sometimes it will go up. But for the most part, your price is already set. You're just trying to set urgency in people's brains. I get people hitting my DM like, hey, next Friday I get paid Friday. Will the book still be on sale Friday? Hey, I don't know, man. You better, you better come up with a way to grab it right now. You better grab it now, because I can't make no guarantees on that. It creates that urgency. And plus, I'm always getting new followers, and I'm always connecting with people. I talk to people. I'm not just on the internet. I talk to people out in person. I'm in the streets. I'm dealing with family, with friends, with strangers, just random people. If I get a good vibe from you, or, if I'm out in public and the conversation come up, or any little time I could slip in a good networking conversation with somebody, with a stranger, man, I'm on that. I love meeting new people every day. And most bosses, entrepreneurs, people that work for themselves, networkers, period, that's what we do. We meet people every day, so I'm usually meeting people every day, and I'm putting that urgency on it. Like, hey, nah, man, this is it. Hey, I was selling it was going for $150. You know what I'm saying? Now it's only $50. You better grab it right now, because it's about to go back up to $150. So you pretty much have to do what's going to work for you. If going live works for you, go live. Tear them up on live. You know what I'm saying? If posting on stories, if you're good at posting stories, post stories. You know what I'm saying? Kill them on your stories. You know what I'm saying? If you want to use other people's content, learn how to take other people's content and incorporate it into what you're talking about and what your message is that you're trying to convey to people. Find out what you like doing and what's good for you, and kill the game. I even send out text blasts. A lot of you guys, I know you get a text blast before we're going to go live. Man, we'll send out a text to everybody's cell phone like, hey, we about to go live at such and such a clock, talking about this topic. Tune in. You don't want to miss this live. So we get a lot of people just on our live by doing that. And like I said, a lot of the money is made from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Now, some of those nights, that doesn't mean you have to be up from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. I know some of you guys got regular jobs you got to go to in the morning. A lot of the kids are getting homeschooled now, with the whole pandemic and everything. It's a lot of remote schooling going on. So a lot of people, they can't be up from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. all the time trying to be making money. A lot of us can. A lot of us do. But for those that can't be up at those hours, there's an app I want you to go download called Later. Later. Now, what this Later app allows you to do is post at any time you want to post. It pretty much times your posts for you. So sometimes you might see me post at 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning. I don't know if y'all up that late. I don't know what y'all be into, but I know y'all better not be on nobody else's website spending no money. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but for real talk though. You use that Later app and you set the time on when you want to post. So even if you're an early bird, you set it to post for those hours. So when you get up, you put it in the archives. You archive it. So this way you're not filling up your page with a bunch of posts. They're only going to see these posts at night. They're not even seeing these posts during the day. They're only going to see them on the late night. They're only going to see it overnight. So it's going to be like you never posted it to a lot of people. So pretty much during the day, I'm going to give you motivation. I'm going to give you information, I'm going to give you a lot of education. That's what I'm going to do during the day, and at night we selling. We selling at night, and that's what most influencers do. Don't get me wrong, you got some people they just selling all day, sell, 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 but the professionals and the real solid individuals and the real solid entrepreneurs, like myself, the people I work with, and like most of you guys, I'm sure listening right now, we want to actually provide value. We want to actually put some value into some people's ears. We don't want to just be selling all day, sell, 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 sell. So we add value during the day, value, and then we sell during the nighttime. That's what we do. You might have to find out what works for you, but I'm telling you, you be consistent with this. It can work for anybody. When you give people so much value, like when I started getting around people and I was getting so much value from them, that I'm just getting free value, just free game from them. I felt like I owed them something. So the more value you giving people, is just natural for them to feel like, now they gotta buy something. Why not? This dude done taught me so much. He done gave me so much value and so much game. Now to the point where if he got something to sell, man, I'm coming out of pocket $50. Of course I'm gonna spend $20, $100, $200, whatever it is. That's just how it works. So remember that. That's why I don't worry about giving out information for free. I don't worry about giving out game for free. We give out ebooks, courses for free all the time, and people be like, man, I appreciate that, man. I can't believe, man, this dude actually helping me out and not even charging me. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes time to when I am putting something together, or we do got another product launching, or we do got a sale going, you got people that actually have been building with you, man, that feel like they got a connection with you, and they've got so much value from what you bring to the table, they're going to support you. They're going to support you. And, that's why I made a lot of our products, are, $30, $15, $50. Because ain't nobody really tripping off of $20. Ain't nobody really missing $15, But it's a whole bunch of value. I know when we first started putting these courses and curriculums together, that we didn't have nothing for less than 500. Everything was 500 on, I think, I think 500 might have been the lowest price that we had, and we did good doing that, but it was a lot of people that wasn't in a position to pay that we wanted to help, man. So we put it at a reasonable price, and we was able to help a lot more people, and we was able to make still a lot more money too. It's all about giving. I never understood when I was younger when I said it's better to give to receive, because I was a kid. I always wanted to receive, receive, receive. Now I'm a grown man. I'm a grown businessman. I see the value in giving. Give, give, give. It does come back to you. Believe it. Try it out. And another thing that we use to get people to buy our product is words. Words. Instantly. Instant email. Instant download. Limited time offer. Going back to original price. All these words are sales words that you want to be incorporating into your product or your service. I mean, and if you're consistent doing this stuff, it's not hard. Starting off, you got to get going. You got to get you some traction. You got to get you an audience. It's going to seem frustrated, but if this is something you really see yourself doing and you serious about, you're going to go hard. You're going to stay consistent, and you're going to see the growth. You're going to see the growth coming. I mean, we make money now like it's nothing. We got products, man. Our main products, our most powerful products that we got is only $50. $50. We only got to sell 20 of those. We sell 20 of those. That's a stack. That's $1,000. Sometimes we might sell 20 of them in a day. That's $1,000 in one day. So when you got the right product, the right mindset, you're determined and you're consistent, and you invest in the, calls like this. You invest in to courses like this, to podcasts. It puts you in a position to really get this money, to get this bag. So for like the last 10, 15 minutes or so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more questions. I'm going to go ahead and take some more questions, because I see some more questions coming in here. We got Ariel. Ariel had a question. She says she's an artist. She's a singer. She says she has an Instagram. She's on social media, but she's looking to do more as far as her business streams. So she wants to know whether she should tie in her business into her singing platform, whether she should tie those in together. And I'm gonna definitely say the great thing about marketing is your music is your platform. Music is a platform. Definitely you tie them in together because music is one of your platforms. And I even put my son up on this, and I tell people, but a lot of people don't want to take heed. But I don't even understand why artists are even paying for studio time like that out their own pocket. They should be focused on getting a credit right, and then they could be charging that studio time on the credit. Because, a lot of artists aren't getting paid. A lot of artists make a lot of music, but they're not really getting a return on that investment for all the studio time they're paying for videos. A lot of artists, believe it or not, they're not getting a return on that investment. They're not getting paid for that. So like one of the things I would do, and I used to rap, I got bars. I still got bars, but I don't have time to really put into that. But if I was an artist, this is what I would do. I'd probably hold off on my career, and grind for like 6 months, or I'll take one single and I push it for a whole 6 months, right? I'm gonna put it on my page, I'm gonna market it and everything. But while I'm doing this, man, I'm gonna be getting my credit up. I'm gonna be getting my credit right. And also, as an artist, you're going to have a LLC. You're going to name a LLC after your artist name, or after your record label name. So now you're not just an artist, you're a business. What did Jay-Z say? I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. So you got to turn your brand and yourself into a real LLC and turn yourself into a real business, a real corporation. It's nothing to do that. If you need help doing that, we help people do that too. So, now that you're an artist, but you're also a business, now after 6 months, you can go get you a business line of credit. Now you got you a business credit card now, with your label on there or whatnot. Now I'm going to go get, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, depending on how good you could get your credit score, depending on how you be grinding. Now I can really put my music out there and really be in position. Because I got my credit right. Now I got a business credit card. I could really promote myself. I could really pay for the quality videos. I could really pay for the producers that I need to pay for to get to have the top quality music. I want to be a top shot out here. Or even use that money to hire the right people that could put you in position. It's all about using your money as a tool. Don't get it confused when you see these dudes on Instagram, taking pictures of cash. And, I don't knock cash. Cash does its thing. But it's a tool. It does nothing when you just holding it up to your ear like it's a cell phone. It's doing nothing for you. You're supposed to be using this cash as a tool. Use that money as a tool. And what we doing is we're not even using our own money. We're using OPM, other people's money. And we're using other people's money as our tools, and we building. People do it all the time. As far as record execs, you could even look up P Thomas. He's the CEO of Quality Control. He was the Migos CEO. He even said that he used half capital to start it up, and then he used half credit. You got to learn how to leverage credit. It's big moves you can make and do great things when you know how to leverage this credit. And this is what we do every day. This is what we teach people. This is what we telling people. So even if you're an artist, you're still in the music business. So you got to transition, from being an artist to being a business. So they say it's what 90% business and 10%, music in the music business. So you got to keep that in mind. And we know that for a fact. It's a lot of artists that I know personally that go way harder than a lot of these mainstream artists. We know the richest artist isn't always the most talented artist. They might not be the best artist, but guess what? They got their business straight. They got their business in order, so that's what's going to always set you apart and have you straight, so I know that was a long answer, but to answer your question again, yeah, of course you could do that, just be creative, you got to be creative, and it's 2020, we to the end of 2020 now. We got to stop looking at stuff like it's rules anymore. Ain't no rules out here. Be creative, be different, and do you. Okay, another question. Somebody said they just got denied business credit. Is it because of their credit score? I'm almost 100% sure it's because of your credit score. That's why we always talking about getting your credit score up. It's important. You're not going to get approved for nothing. You're not in the game if your credit ain't right. I'm telling you. So when you're going and you got an LLC, once you do got your LLC and you're going into a credit union or a bank and you're looking to get funding, you're going to have at least a 680 credit score. And with the pandemic, I think it went up. It might even be up as high as a 700 or 720. So your credit score got to be right before you even gonna walk in a institution and even ask for lending, because they're gonna look at your credit score to determine whether they're gonna give you any money or how much they're gonna give you. So, to answer that question, the short version, if you got denied for a business account, yeah, it was because of your credit score. Your credit score was probably too low, and they denied you. They denied you based on that. Okay, I'm going to take another question. Somebody asked about the affiliate program. They asked if they have to handle customer service once they become an affiliate. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Any customer service email, we have a few young ladies. That's all they do. That's all they do is respond back to emails, answer any questions. They know everything about all of our products. They know everything about our services, and they do that. When you're affiliate, all you do is, post a link. We give you a link, put the link in your bio, advertise products. You could even repost stuff we post. You could literally take the stuff we post and repost it, and literally create an income from doing that. Okay, let me get to another question. Somebody asks, how do you know what to talk about when you do go live? For the people that do like going live and don't mind going live, and for the talkers, the people who do like to talk, all you need to do is talk about your personal experience. Like for the credit ebook, for example, all you do is say, I'm working on my credit personally, and this book has helped me. Tell them about how it's helped you, what you learned from it. Talk about your personal experience on live, and that works every time. And it really allows you to engage with people, and you'll get questions and everything. It's dope once you start doing it. All you got to do is just talk about your journey. Talk about what you want, because everybody on this call and everybody listening right now is going to be at a different point in life. Everybody's at a different point. Like I just dealt with somebody who just got out of prison. And it was important for him to fix his credit, because he just got out of prison. So it was important to him to get his credit right. And now, he's one of our affiliates, and that's what he does. He pretty much explains his story and his experiences, and talks about his personal experience of how he did, 7 years in prison, and what he did to get out, to start his business and get his credit up. It's an amazing story. So, it's somebody that's going to hear that story and they're going to relate to that. They're going to connect to that. And those are the people that you really want to be dealing with. Those are the people you want to, resonate with, or that you're going to resonate with, is the people that's either been through what you're going through, or going through what you're going through at that time. We have a lot of single moms, who wanted to fix their credit. So they're able to tell their story, and about how they don't want their child to have bad credit. They want their children to have good credit. So, they wanted to learn how to fix their credit so their kid could have good credit, or their child could have good credit, and they could put them on as an authorized user, So when they grow up, they don't have to start off, backwards. They don't got to start off, with 2 left feet. They could start off ahead. They could start off with a good credit score already. So all these things, are things that you want to talk about. Everybody's story is unique. So if you're going live, or even if you're just making posts, you want to talk about your personal experience, And the minute that you start talking, you'll be surprised. People just start coming your way. Like, I didn't even know that's what your page was about. I didn't even know you was talking about that. It's amazing. Like, you could post, all you want, but once you start really talking to people be like, man, I ain't even realize that's what you was on, or I ain't even realize, this was you. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing what it does do once you do start talking, or that's how I've learned a lot, by talking and speaking up. And I run into people that know more than me, so I might be giving some information, and then somebody might hit me like, oh man, I didn't even know you was on that. Did you know about this? Well, this, that, and the other. So now, I'm learning too. So not only am I giving information, you get a lot of information just by talking and speaking up and making your presence be known. And you'll be surprised the people that's going to start coming your way. I had somebody hit me just today. And, they didn't hit me to ask for anything or nothing. They hit me to drop me with some gems, with some information about corporation credit. Because, we got the Businesses Need Credit too ebook. We big on business credit. But I'm talking about taking it a step up. I'm talking about, taking it to a next level where, Apple got private jets in their name. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about taking it to a next level. So when you got your DUNS number and you looking at stuff like business credit and stuff like that, they got something called a Paydex. Your Paydex is your credit score on your business side of things. So it's pretty much like your business's credit score. And it's not like a 600 or 700 or nothing like that. It doesn't really work like your personal credit. It's more like 90. Like 90 is good to where you can start getting loans and stuff like that. So what I'm looking to do is I'm starting to get cars and vehicles and stuff and putting it in the business's name. My guy hit me in the DM and he was giving me game on that. And I was like, okay, he put me up on something I didn't even know, and now I got to go do my own research and I got to go educate myself on something, that's going to take me to the next level. And when I do get the game, I'm going to come back and bring it back to my people. I come bring it back to y'all like, hey, look, this is how you put cars in your business's name. This is how you write this off on this. This is how you do that. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. So a lot of these corporate accounts, you got to have like 100 open lines of credit, to even, so you got to be playing with something heavy, so me, I'm a thinker. I'm always trying to figure something out, you know what I'm saying? And once I find a loophole, it's on, because everything has a loophole. That's one thing you got to understand. Everything has a loophole. So once you done crack that code and you got the loophole, it's on. It's just all about a matter of figuring it out. And that's why I connect with a lot of people. And that's why a lot of people, stay in my office and stay in my DMs and calling me, because they know I'm always thinking, trying to figure something out, trying to bust moves. They know I'm good for that. Some people don't try to give other people information because they already assuming like, man, I ain't going to give him no game. He ain't going to do nothing with it. Or people be like, I ain't gonna let them know nothing, because they might take the game and surpass me. They might end up doing better with the game than me. I don't be tripping on none of that. I know it's enough for everybody, man. I don't judge you, man. I've had people, man, that I've gave information to, man, that did stuff that I didn't even think they was gonna do. So you never really know. The people that you don't think will won't, and the people that you don't think won't will. That's something my homie always told me. Rest in peace, Dejan. Okay, somebody asked me if I invest in stocks. Definitely. And we even have a course, we got a few courses on how to invest in the stock market. Stock market 101, stock market 102, 103. Man, we got a lot of courses on that. I definitely invest in the stock market in different kind of ways. We invest in the Forex market. We do options, futures. We well versed in the stock market. Shares. We do real estate, trust funds, all of that. We're very versed in that too. So there's all kind of different ways, that we invest, and we link with other people, teach them how to invest. We bring our money together. The more we bring our money together, the more we all got. If I got 10,000, you got 10,000, she got 10,000, that's 30,000. We just took our $10,000 and turned it into 30,000 instantly, because we putting it together for the same cause, and we finna turn that 30 into 60, and so on and so on. So we've been able to do that through investing in the stock market, putting our money together, buying a whole bunch of shares of things is one method we've done. It's a whole bunch of methods, and we got courses in it and everything on that. And I told you, a lot of the times you can find these courses for free. Tune in to Grow Your Income on YouTube or Instagram. A lot of time we giving this game away for free. We also got a podcast too that you can check out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that. So check us out. We networking and we investing in so many different ways. Let's see. Somebody asked me if I had time to break down a life insurance game. I don't have time to break it down, in this course right here in this video. But we definitely get into that too. I am still an active licensed insurance agent. I'm still very heavily involved in the insurance game too. So we could tap in on that too, man. It's so much, like I said, it's so much investments and so much things we do that I'm into. I'm working nonstop. Okay, somebody asked me about paid ads. Now that's a good topic to talk about. So if you got an Instagram, your social media or whatever, I need you to automatically turn that into a business account. Some of you might already got a business account or whatever. Make your page a business page. Even if it's a personal page, go ahead and transition it to a business page, just so you could pay attention to certain analytics on your page. And you need to be able to promote your page. So this is what I tell all my people, all entrepreneurs, business people. It's what I tell everybody to do. And I'm glad somebody asked this question because this is gonna help people a lot. This is gonna help you out a lot. So when you starting out, you want to make your business page and you want to get to the point where you could boost your posts. When you start to boost your posts, I want you to, when you starting out, spend $1 a day. So that's $30 in a month for one post. Spend $1 a day. Now I'm pretty sure everybody listening and everybody listening right now and everybody on this call and everybody listening has $30. You know, you paid $30 at least to even be listening to this right now. You know, probably even more depending on when you bought it. So everybody got $30. You're gonna spend $1 a day for a month. So what that is gonna do is it's gonna allow your post to be shown to like 14,000 people. It's like 14,000 people that's gonna see that post over a month. And what that's gonna do is it's going to give you your ratio number. So out of 14,000 people, 4% is going to buy something. You're going to get 4% of people that's going to buy. You know, so you do 2 to 3% of that. Do the math. You're going to get your bag. So if you spent $30 on ad and 14,000 people seen it, and you're going to get 3 to 4% off each of that. Let me do the math right here. I'm going to do the math right here and see. Let me do 14,000 times 0.3. That's 46 people that's gonna buy. So if you get 46 people times let's say $10 you getting. So you getting, let's say 10, now we're gonna say $20. You're getting $20 from each person. It's a $20 sale from 46 people. So you're gonna go 46 times 20 and boom, that's $920 right there. So you spent $30 to make $920. The re-up crazy. You know, that's not too bad of a flip at all. $30 to make 920 back. Yeah, that's not too bad of a flip at all. Re-up game going crazy. So make sure you got a business page. You're gonna link your card to it to be able to boost your ads, and you can set your budget each day. Set your budget for $1 a day for 30 days, and you just let it run. And they don't even charge you until after the 30 days is over with. They don't charge you till the promotion is over with. And like, specifically for credit, they have a special requirement that if you're running a certain ad, like an ad for credit or ad for employment or something like that, you got to have special requirements on your ad or they won't approve your ad. So I'm gonna put the link to where how you would word it to where your ad is gonna get approved. And if it doesn't approve the first time, appeal it and run it again. But it more than likely it's gonna be approved. Sometimes they will deny your ads though. Just got to switch it up. Like if you want to sell like 25 products a week or something, or you know what I'm saying, that's not hard to do. Getting this bag is really not as hard to do as you think it is if you know what you're doing. You could make money at will, you know? You could sell a certain amount of products a day once you know the formula. And something crazy, I'm gonna tell you something right now. The 2 days that we seem to make the most money is Wednesdays and Thursdays for some reason. I don't know what's up with people's paydays, but Wednesdays and Thursdays, those are the money days. And the money days. I'm giving y'all the game right now. You know, I hope you guys are taking heed to this and what I'm saying, because I'm giving you straight fire right now. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But yeah, something about those Wednesdays and Thursday nights is going, because like on Friday nights, you know, when you go live and you active, people with their family and with their girl or they significant other, you know, females want to be with their dude or whatever. So Fridays, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to catch them on Wednesday or Thursday before they spend that money on Friday, before they get paid to get on Friday and blow the bag. You know what I'm saying? So we covered a lot. This was a long call. You know what I'm saying? The credit conference call, it was great. You know, I hope you guys got a lot of value. You know what I'm saying? I actually got to catch a flight in I got to catch a flight in 2 hours. So I got to get down to the airport. I hope you guys got some value from this. I'm pretty sure you did. We went over a lot. We covered a lot on credit, how to get your bag right. We went over a lot. And for everybody that stayed for the whole call and tuned in to the whole audio book and to the whole, you know, to everything, man, thank you. You could have been anywhere. You could have been doing anything, but you tuned in. You tuned in with me. And I hope you got something out of it and you don't feel like you wasted your time for sure. Because it's a hard time right now for most people. You know, everybody going through different situations. Even if your bag is already right, man. Money ain't everything. We all got other problems and situations, and everybody got their unique positions in life. And I know, you know, for people, they got a lot going on, and it takes time to create products. It takes time to come up with ideas and with business ideas and business ventures and come up with unique original stuff. It takes time to do that. It takes time to create sales pages. It takes time to set up email sequences. It takes time to deal with people on a day-to-day basis. So if you don't have the experience and you don't got the software and the systems, you're gonna be burnt out. You're gonna be burnt out before you even start. For real, for real. So I'm like, I already have the system set up. So I just wanted to give my people an opportunity to get a piece of the pie, and make some money off of a system that's already set up. Cause it's not gonna hurt me at all, to do that. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody for listening. This was a great call. We went a little longer than I thought because we was, really getting into it. I appreciate everybody's questions, everybody who participated. I hope I really dropped some gems for some of y'all tonight, and I hope some of y'all really take this and really knock it out the park, man, and really go far with it and really create opportunity with this information, and even with us too. Let's partner up. Let's get this money. My name is Demetrius. If you need me, I'm just a DM away. I'm a live away. When I go live, come tap in. You can send me a message. You go to our website, man. There's a phone number on there. You can, if you don't get to me directly, you'll be connected with somebody who can. So, tap in. Love y'all.